and it looks like we will be handing this off to Leggy Starscream, who will be your host the next few runs. So, take it away, Leggy.
Hey, hi! How y'all doing tonight? I'm here with the late night show. So coming up next, we have Castlevania 2. Oh, I'm a bit quiet. Let me see if I can fix that. Is that any better? Anyway, we have Castlevania 2 for the Famicom Disk System by Sathdresh. You want to take it away?
Hi, I'm Seth. We are going to be doing Castlevania 2 100%, like you just heard. All mansions basically for the FDS. And the good thing about this is, even though we still have to farm, we get to do some very amazing death warps. So we'll just go ahead and get started here.
Hey Seth, do you have a co-commentator?
Oh, yeah. See, when I get all nervous, I just forget about a whole bunch of things. But yes, we also have Kat here, aka Glitchwitch, with us on comms for the times when I accidentally get quiet because I forget crap to say.
Hi everybody, I'm here because I'm not going to say Sathdresh made me play Castlevania 2, but I learned the 100% speedrun because of Sathdresh.
Yeah, it was a great time when I first started speedrunning. Actually, my very first speedrunning game was this game. Not this version, but the US version. And Kat was very patient enough to deal with the random BS that this game likes to pull.
Yeah, until a point. Until, like, I remember it very clearly the moment I said I'm no longer speedrunning this game, but, you know, this is a time for celebration and not a time for how this game personally victimized me.
So, before we get started, do you want to accept the donation incentive that we're still $200 out for hitting is all about?
Kat?
Oh, okay. I guess I'll do it. The $200 donation that we're away from is a Castlevania 2 bonus any percent run, which, if I'm not mistaken, the disc system any percent run is wacky.
It's very wacky. We can beat the game within about 5 to 10 minutes, depends on how good we don't die to Drac. But yeah, it breaks the game wide open. We're going to break the game wide open here as well, but it does also corrupt the save files. So if we hit the incentive, I would definitely we'll be doing that right after this.
Sounds fabulous.
Donate and let's help support some charity for the Trevor Project.
Indeed. Just as a quick note, unfortunately, due to issues with Tiltify, the incentive is not showing up, but if you make a donation and you mention that you want it to go towards the bonus run, we will make sure that gets counted appropriately.
That is very gracious of your team. Okay. Sathdresh, are you feeling ready?
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and start. Time usually starts when you gain control of the character, but there's about 25 seconds of waiting that we have to wait for the loads with this. So we'll just start in 3, 2, 1, start.
I'm clapping, I promise. You might have heard like a single clap. So I'm excited because I've never seen the Famicom Disk System version, but I imagine it is identical in every way.
For the most part, the enemies are the same, damage is the same. Floor drops though, and work a little bit different than normal. So we're gonna do a safe setup for this floor drop right here, and we missed it. That's great.
Oh no. How do they work differently?
You just you can't get extra height off a whip jump in this version, so you can't use those to manipulate your subpixel values.
Gosh, these loading times are intense. I love it.
Yeah.
All right, I was going to ask what type of grind you were going for, but I see you're going for the good grind.
Yeah.
What you're basically going to see, and it's pretty easy to put together from what you're watching, is Sath is going to basically walk left enough to spawn an enemy on the right, jump to the right and whip the thing 4 times, and then go right enough that an enemy's going to spawn to the left, and just really hope, or actually somehow sometimes manipulate the subpixel that the enemy dies on so it drops a heart. And we're looking for 13 half hearts. The grind is the most stressful part of this run. I used to run 100%, and this grind was bad, and then the grind you do in the next, right before the next town, was bad. And then the last grind you do wasn't so bad, so I guess it has that going for it.
Yeah, that's okay. The death is fine. We're just gonna go ahead because we were a little short on time, but we were one heart drop off. But we'll go get our white crystal, and then we're gonna go ahead and farm at the zombies up at the top. So
not a bad move. The ideal situation is you get all of your drops, and assuming that everything is the same, you're going to buy your white crystal and your holy water, and then book it out of town to the right. And if I'm incorrect on any of this, please just let me know. I'm just going on from like, I know 100%. I can adapt that knowledge to this route.
No, you're perfectly correct in that. So this is about 3 minutes that we have to wait, but oh my gosh.
Now, surprisingly, that grind out there isn't that bad to like actually get the rhythm down for killing the enemies, but when you go like 22 resets and you don't get 13 heart drops, it's really disheartening. Get it? Get it?
It's very disheartening.
Leggy is trying to boo me off the stage, and the scary part is she can literally take me off the stage.
So hopefully we get good hard drops here, because since we're going to farm here, we're going to change the route up a little bit as a little bit of a safety so we don't lose another day and night cycle. So what we're going to do is get our hearts and then go to the chain whip right away. So it's kind of mimics the regular any percent route in that regards. But it's ensures that we get the blue crystal in the right at the right time.
Yeah, I think. Blue crystal. Sorry. Ideally, if you do get the 2 items before nighttime, is it still you go and grind on those skeletons?
We'll grind on those skeletons for a little bit in this one, but we go straight to Berkeley and then go and get our chain whip. So it's mainly just so we have enough hearts to not have to deal with the zombie grind in chain whip town.
Sounds good. If you are watching intently and you noticed everything stopped and then Simon flashed like a disco ball for a few seconds, if you're not aware, in Castlevania 2, you can level up. And it's something that I didn't know until I started speedrunning this video game. And leveling up is nearly integral to beating the game. You can theoretically do it at level 1, but yeah, have fun with that. Good luck. You take so much damage and you've got so little life.
Yeah, and especially in the any percent run where we have to do blob boost, the level ups really play a big role in giving us more chances of getting that.
Yeah, and Blob Boost is more evil than the opening grind. It's more evil than casually playing this game blind. It is more evil than playing it with a blindfold. Blob Boost is the worst thing in the game.
Yes.
And I
Pretty much.
might be a little tainted on that one. It might not actually be that bad. I dislike Blob Boost.
No, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
But don't worry, there's a rando flag out there for you if you want it.
Yeah, there is. And there's also a special guest that's right there where the blob would be if you're playing the rando.
Is that Burb that's just hanging out? Or is it you? No, it's not you.
The graveyard duck.
Oh, the duck, yes. So, now we've got our holy water, and now we can continue our holy journey. Also, the floor drops, they look like they're somewhat easy to do. I'm speaking on old ancient knowledge here, but I believe they're still just like a, depending on your subpixel, a 1 to 3 frame window to actually whip the whip, I think?
It's actually frame perfect, but it's the frame after you drop, you have to whip.
I thought there was a subpixel thing to make it a little easier, but...
Well, yeah, you have to get the right subpixel value, otherwise you can't fall through the floor, but...
Oh, good, it's even worse than I thought.
Yeah. But it's relatively easy in the sense that you don't have to... it's not like a specific frame on the... oh, we missed that one, so... that we didn't have the subpixel on that one, but
and a lot of the setups, like a lot of the drops, have very specific setups. Like in the first town, you saw Sath jump up to the ledge, and I believe jump down and jump back up.
yeah,
and that specifically sets up your subpixel to get a floor drop.
Yeah, that sets our subpixel to 16, which allows us to do a floor drop. So 8, 0, 8, 16, they all allow you to do it. So since we touch stairs, it resets it to 0. So we can do a double floor drop right there.
Shout out to myself doing a floor drop and landing in the middle of this room where you can't get out. And that's my crowning accomplishment in this video game.
So, oh, I actually went the wrong way. That's okay. In the actual run, since loads are calculated out, it wouldn't actually do too much of a difference in that run. But right now, we just have to sit through an extra 12 seconds of loading time.
Just gotta read the disc very carefully, and here's town again.
Yeah, so we're gonna come out back this way and go straight to Berkeley. In the normal any % route, we would actually go to Rover first and then go to Berkeley afterwards. Berkeley is intended to be the first mansion that you play in this game, but we kind of go the intended route.
I heard of this game. I heard rumblings of a cool death warp, but we'll see that later. I do want to point out while we're walking, and I say this every time I play this video game because everyone needs to see what I see because I can't live in this world alone like this. All the faces, like all the bricks along the floor, all look like the Doge faces, like that little Shiba face. And
it does look
all
like
I can see.
You know what's funny is up until you mentioned the Doge face, I always saw like a koala bear. Like,
yeah, I get it.
No. Okay.
Yep. Now it's just Doge.
If anybody knows, I like to fall in water a lot, so that happens.
Fun fact: a lot of people, when they played this game for the first time, vanilla, walked in this dungeon and said, "I can't make that jump." You can actually, if you walk in, regardless whether or not you have the white crystal, you can make the jump to the platform despite it being invisible. It's still there and still works. Just walk in and jump immediately and whip.
So we have enough hearts. We're gonna get our oak steak, and we should be able to get. Let's see, we have 1 life left. Oh no, we might have to farm. That's gonna be fun.
I love farming.
Yeah.
Harvest Moon is my favorite game.
And if you donate for the incentive to do this any %, there is absolutely no grinding whatsoever in this game, in that version. So
Any percent that may or may not be featured, depending
Yeah,
on
but-
your generous donations.
Of generous do I have a brief moment to read a few?
Yeah.
We have $30 from Joshy D. Let's please
Joshy,
a CV2 run. And we have $100 from Meg Mac at Attack. I don't know how to say that name. Yes, it's Meg Mac. But it says, put this towards any %. Let's get weird and fast. And with those donations, we are $70 out. Just from getting that bonus.
awesome.
Thank you for all of the generosity you've shown so far, and let's get some more.
That is super cool. We're almost there, if I'm hearing this correctly.
Oh,
And-
that's awesome.
Oh my gosh, and Amiga shot up for Weird Dreams, so oh goodness. Alright.
Yeah, and don't forget too that we have the Weird Dreams incentive for the Amiga version as well. So
Tristan, you joke. I brainstormed a way to try to play both of them, and I just didn't put enough effort into it.
It is worth noting that or you can pay to have Cat play the DOS version.
The DOS version is the one everyone's seen. I'm all about the Amiga version. Because it's got more sounds. That's the best thing I can say about it. Now with more sounds, your right ear will be pleased, and sometimes your left ear will be too. So what did we get in that mansion? Did we find a piece of a vampire?
yes, we did. We actually found the rib. Dracula's
So-
rib.
Dracula's rib. In
Which-
a way
go
that I
ahead.
don't want to think about too much. Counts as a shield if you have it equipped when you're jumping or standing still.
I mean, well, when you see Dracula and how big he is in this game, I guess one of those, could be almost as big as a shield. I don't know.
I guess he's definitely a big boy.
All right, so we're gonna set up for our first death warp. Since we did take that unfortunate death, we have full health. Normally we would be at like right around the perfect amount of health. So, oh, one more. All right, good. So what we're gonna do is when you go through a screen transition like this, like in a town, it has a loading zone. So if we jump and die when we go through the screen transition and it goes through a loading area, it confuses the game as to where we're at. So it doesn't know
Much like
exactly.
the game, I am
Yeah.
confused as to where we're at.
So now we have to, as you just saw, that took us to a small glitched out town, and we went to the left, and that took us to the entrance to Rover Mansion, basically. But you see the screen is a little bit higher than normal.
Yeah, it's in portrait view.
Yeah, so
Sure.
what that does is it scrolled the camera up, and it made it to where we don't have to kneel for the blue crystal.
Huh.
So
That's-
as you've seen, we actually never got the blue crystal yet because we misrouted. Well, didn't misroute, but we died. So and missed the day and night transition. So we're doing this now without the blue crystal, but we
This
have
is-
to farm because we need 100 hearts, unfortunately.
Yeah, this
So-
is awesome. I told Sathdresh up front that, like, I'm here to contribute, like, good things, like, huh, or whoa. And I think I've done a good job of that.
Done a phenomenal job at that. So we're at
Castlevania.
56.
Leggy proposing the cursed prospect of the Castlevania 2 cinematic universe. And, why?
Why am I like this?
Just,
I
no,
don't know.
just why? Just on its own. The question speaks more volumes the less words it has in it.
So while we're grinding, do I have a quick moment for another donation?
You have many moments for donation.
All right. We have $20 from Gator36 that says, everyone needs to celebrate themselves. And that's a sentiment I can get behind, as well as a donation that is getting us even closer to seeing this bonus any percent run.
We're good.
We are now down to $50 away.
Ooh.
That's 10 $5 donations to get a bonus of this very video game.
So we're gonna try to set up for a quick warp. We might get it, we might not. I don't think we got it. You have to be at the right pixel in the camera position in order for you to warp right away, but we didn't, so we're gonna set up for the warp the regular way. And this is different than the any percent one. If you actually look, it's... I'll do that. So yeah, enjoy. Oh no, that wasn't supposed to happen.
The world
So
turned
that-
pink.
So that put us in the wrong position for some reason. So we're gonna come back through. Don't do that. Oh, great. Hit the katakanas.
This is amazing. I've never seen this before. I love this.
Come on. So this is how messed up the game can be. Ah, put us in the same spot. Okay. Come on. So what we want to go is actually right on those bricks that are right above that you see that are halfway spawned. But we don't want to go right there where those are. Come on. So we actually have to go a little bit lower. So I have to try to... Come on. Oh, come on. Now we can just try it again. So you see where it puts us? So you can actually... we'll just do this. So normally we would just go through and actually warp right at the crystal, but we didn't get that luxury, unfortunately, it seems.
Yeah, well, it looks like we're just gonna show it as intended, but Hello Kitty Mansion was very good.
Wait, what just happened? Our...
Did the game eat our steak? Because
It
I saw
ate our-
you buy it.
It ate our steak.
The hearts
Oh,
are gone.
wow. Yeah, they are. Okay,
Oh,
well, I guess
we're
we need to
dropping
buy
it in.
another steak. Well, this is a contingency I'd never noticed. This is fun.
Yeah, I mean, thankfully
you gotta love marathon strat, you know.
the solution is just like go and whip a skeleton until you can take hearts from it, and then exchange
Yeah.
hearts for a piece of wood.
Well, we're gonna need another 50 hearts anyway, so I'm gonna have to unfortunately go back.
Apparently, we chucked the steak in the crazy zone. That's fine.
Yeah.
It was a time in our lives where we weren't quite sure what was going on for all of us.
Oh, did it? Oh no. Oh my gosh. What is wrong with me today? All of that just threw me off. Alright, so yeah, we got to farm anyway. But luckily we're in a mansion, so it doesn't actually change our... the good thing is we can just go back through and do that again. So, but if you have any other donations, go ahead and read them.
We, in fact, have another donation from Grom, who gave us $15 and says, any percent, let's go!
Thank you, Grom and Gator.
So that
Josh.
leaves us at $35 away from hitting this any percent run. And if you're wondering beyond like, okay, we get to see a really cool run of this incredibly wonderfully glitchy game, what's going on here tonight? Well, welcome to Undefined Behaviour, a showcase and speedrunning marathon centered around queering games and queerness in games. For this marathon, we're exploring glitchy, unusual, and marathon unsafe runs, as well as adjacent and related queer gaming content. We queer games when we reject limits and rules, when we play in atypical ways, and when we read diversity into stories and themes. This is the very first Undefined Behaviour marathon, and we're so excited to share all these games and showcases with you.
We just need a couple more. There we go. And this, yeah, this is somewhat safe, but yeah, there's a lot of things that can go wrong with this run, so.
That's all right. It looks like we recovered from that nicely.
Yeah. And maybe we got the, I don't know if we got the quick warp, but if we got the quick warp, then we're fine. Nope. Aw. 1 pixel off.
So the
right
pipe
through
was. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, see, there we are. I said normally we fall right through that hole that we got stuck on, which I'm not sure how we got stuck, but we did.
I appreciated that we went to this weird pink village of katakana or kanji, or I'm not 100% sure which one it was. I'm into it.
And there we offset the camera, so it thinks that we're somewhere where we're not, so we can just warp to the 0 point, which is the screen transition.
So what is the fun prize we've earned in this mansion?
This one is the heart. So we actually got Dracula's heart.
So for those of you that don't know what a heart does, you show it to the nearest boating individual, and then he will take you to a fine place.
Hee hee hee.
Thank you. Shout out to the ferryman makes a return in oh gosh, the TurboGrafx game.
Oh, Rondo? Yes.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're going to set up for another death warp now. But what we're going to do is we're going to get the blue crystal. So by the time we get up to the spot that we need to go to, it'll be daytime. So we just need to get one hit. Oh, come on. There we go.
I am just remembering now that this game is in Japanese, and my joke will not come through in any way whatsoever unless you're familiar with this game.
Oh, and here is Fred. Fred is just as strong in this version as he is in the US version, also.
We should all aspire to be as strong as Fred.
Yeah, and those of you who don't know, Fred is kind of a glitch in of itself in the game. He's an enemy that's pulled on accident somehow from the wrong area. So he's like 4 times as strong as any of these other zombies that you see that we're killing. With the chain whip, it would take him 4 hits to kill Fred, while these only die in 1. So it's like we got, okay, we're almost there. Just have to wait a minute for the...
The most exciting part about Castlevania 2 speedruns, to me, is always just you do one thing wrong, and you're like, well, I'm just gonna put the controller down now.
Looks like we gotta wait.
Thankfully, it was pretty quick this time.
Yeah, usually with this this route, it's not too far off. So we're gonna set up for another floor drop. Oh no, that's not good. Yeah, we're probably not gonna get it now.
And what we just bought there was the blue crystal, which the blue crystal will let you basically go through the water like we did earlier, but the correct way. And there's another spot that we'll use it. We will be using it in the other spot too, right?
Yeah, we're gonna use it mainly just for the tornado. We actually don't use it for the other part. We warp right past that. So here is Glitch World again. We're gonna do that same death warp, but we're gonna go to the right side now. So as you see these weird stairs all over the place. And then here comes Glitch World. And this is going to take us all the way to Laruba, which is why we don't need the blob boost. Even though you can't do the blob boost in here because you can't get extra extra height off of a whip jump. So those katanas, you are literally only on 1 pixel. If you move 1 pixel to the left or right, you will fall, and you can actually endlessly fall for about 4 or 5 minutes. It's pretty fun.
After 4 or 5 minutes, does it just kill you, or?
No, it finally starts to, it depends, but most of the time it'll start to delete itself and then replace itself with other tiles.
That's the donation incentive I want to contribute towards. Fall endlessly for 5 minutes. God, I love this. I love seeing this weird glitchy world and everything, and it might just be very like obvious that the person named Glitchwitch would love to see this wild and glitchy world, but still, honored and happy to be here.
Oh, I'm glad you're here as well. No! So like that. Well, we might be staying for like 4 or 5 minutes now.
Oh my.
Oh no.
Okay, I'm just gonna that was not the commentator's curse, probably.
Let's see if we can. Okay, maybe we can get it to respawn some quicker. But usually, I think where we're at, that's kind of a bad deal. Come on.
And unlike your video games that came out in this era, there is no up A in this game.
Yeah, if I could die, I could save and quit, and then we could redo it. But yeah, we don't have up A, unfortunately. Oh no, come on. I'm trying to get it to respawn tiles. But yeah.
You know, nice to have a curse. This is a pretty good one, though.
So sometimes when you use holy water and you destroy the blocks, it'll start to kind of force it to put the garbage tiles in.
Can it transition to night while you're falling?
Yeah, it can, and that actually might help because it'll sometimes overwrite certain areas.
Well, I'm into everything that's going on. No worries. I guess, well, let's see what night does.
No. Oh, no.
I imagine it would be a good opportunity for a donation to be read.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have any donations that I have unread. However, I would like to remind everyone that we are just 35 out from being able to showcase the any percent run. It's super short, super glitchy. If you like what you're seeing and you want more of it, get your donations in now. Additionally, I did some math. We are only 26 away from hitting our next donation milestone, in which Frozen Flagon, one of our new exceptions, will teach Garby the Glittress how to play Powerpuff Girls Him and Seek.
That sounds like a very good thing. Powerpuff Girls near and dear to my heart from growing up and, looking at cartoons.
And also, when that wall is met, we will unlock our next set of stretch goals for us to try and reach.
Trying to get it. There we go.
So what did you get there?
Well, we...
I'm gonna let you get out of here first.
Alright, there we go. Now we got back. So like I said about the 1 pixel, you're literally on 1 pixel, and you don't know what's above you. Come on. Oh. So there's hidden blocks that are above you, and you might actually hit them, you might not. Trying to get it to... Dang. I'm sorry, everybody. But this
Hey,
is
don't
what happens with
apologize.
the,
You're showing a cool thing. You may not have wanted to show the cool thing, but here we are, and I am enjoying myself. The chat's enjoying themselves. We're all here. It's a comfy Sunday night, Monday morning, I think. And we're here to see Simon whip the glitch art.
Yeah. So sometimes you can kind of influence it to rewrite those tiles by having it overwrite the katakanas like that. But sometimes it doesn't work.
We're just getting a rare sneak peek of what happens when you fall in those pits.
Yeah. And most of the time, we would try to reset, but Burb and I went through and we're like, how long would this go through? Do you actually fall forever? And yeah, we noticed that you don't fall forever. It'll finally start to do stuff. The funny thing is the any percent glitch world traversal is actually much safer than this one.
And speaking of the any percent traversal, we have a $35 donation.
Ooh.
On behalf of Sabera Messia, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, that simply says, towards any percent. And
Awesome.
with that, we are not just going towards any percent, we have arrived at our goal.
All right.
Welcome to Any Percent Station, everybody.
Right now, we only have one other big donation incentive open, which is the competition between the format for Weird Dreams, DOS. Currently, Amiga is in the lead with $125. In second place with $55. And if you have opinions about which format we should use, vote now on your phones. Or computer, or, whatever.
I think it's 3 a.m. The Amiga crowd is out.
Come on. Endless falling.
It's okay. I'm still not. I'm still excited by the falling and the glitch world.
There we go. Again.
The fact that it just lands you on solid ground eventually is astounding.
Ah, that's why. There's a stupid block right there. There we go. There we go. Well, now we're at Laruba.
Tried to take the short way, but I think
Yeah,
that was the long way. But
That was definitely the long way.
I liked it.
It was funny too because I was telling Kat earlier. I was like, I'm pretty sure I planned for every contingency, and no, that one I didn't.
I mean, you had a way out, so I want to say yes, you did plan for every contingency. You just didn't realize it. Oh, this is like 4, isn't it?
This is where Carmilla's we're in Carmilla's mansion.
Yeah, we're far.
Yeah, this is where you would normally take blob boost to. I'm gonna despawn the knights so it reduces lag.
Yeah, you'll notice that whipping things is a futile effort at this point because these will probably take like a good still 8 hits or so.
Yeah, it's definitely 8 hits.
And that's with the level 3 whip.
Yeah, if you're doing low percent, which I've also done, you are 36 hits.
Yep, something like that.
Carmilla takes 240.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, she's gonna take 32 hits right now anyway.
I just remember peeking into your stream one morning and you were doing low percent. And I think the title of your stream was just Will Dracula Appreciate My Leather Whip?
Yeah. I remember that stream.
The Leather Whip, despite the Belmonts starting with it, is not a great weapon to fight anything with.
Not a... Oh, wow. Oh, no. Come on, Carmilla. There we go. So now we're gonna go back and we're just gonna die. We're gonna need to do one more death because we're gonna save and quit out of here. So now it's going to go back to the mini screen, which I don't think we saw because we were right at the file name screen. But yeah, I'll show the actual main mini screen also.
There's spooky bats, so heads up for spooky bats.
Yeah, there's spooky bats and blood dripping. Imagine that for a Famicom. Yeah, I know that
It's
they
a good
were.
title screen, though.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna go to Brahms Mansion now. Wait, what? You all saw me hit save and quit, right?
I mean, I couldn't read any of it, but
Well, oh my gosh. What the heck just happened? The game didn't save?
I
That's
can't
a-
believe that this game didn't listen after what you put it through.
Oh my gosh. Are you serious? Wow. We'll talk about.
Yeah, wow.
All right, well, I don't know what to do now. Well, let me reset really quick and we'll see if May.
As a reminder, we are exploring glitchy, unusual, and marathon unsafe runs.
This is very unsafe. Yeah,
Yeah.
CB2 definitely has the best marathon luck out of any game ever.
Yeah, the point of the games in this marathon is that it might go left as hard as possible.
Yeah, it didn't save it.
Goodness gracious.
How does that happen? Well, yeah, okay. Okay. Well, shoot.
Hi?
Yeah, I don't know what I mean, because it would be restarting the whole thing over.
Yeah, I guess yeah.
Well, I guess we have plenty of time to show off the any percent run.
Yeah.
Yeah, how many loops
This
of
is-
any percent can we do?
We could probably do a couple. Oh my gosh. That's literally a first, and I don't even think Burb has ever seen this either, where it just doesn't save your save file after that.
Well, we're all about finding new experiences here, probably.
Yeah, well, I guess we're gonna go. I guess we'll do the regular 80% round. I'm sorry, everybody.
That's okay. Yeah, I guess this seems like the right move. Question mark.
I'm in.
All right.
All right.
Leggy's in. I'm in. I'm buckled in. And
right. Well, this one will get pretty far really quickly. So while the other one we had to go to all the mansions to get all the body parts, this version, all we need is holy water. So and we already have 50 hearts starting out. So we're gonna do a jump, get our subpixel value set up. So jumping there and then jumping up here, walking up twice. Now we can floor drop. Now we are going to grind our health down.
so instead of grinding for hearts, you are grinding to have your heart taken from you,
Yes.
possibly by a jumpy werewolf.
Yes. So we're down to 2 health, and the reason why is because, like you saw in the other version, the other category, we're trying to do a death warp. This death warp is a little bit different in terms of that we actually have to die on the same frame that we go through the screen transition, because there's no enemy on the other side for us to die on. So this one is frame perfect, and it is kind of a pain in the butt, but it is fun. So we're gonna wait here until nighttime comes. Should come any minute now. And then we're gonna get hit by this bird, which does 1 damage. And then on the other screen, we have an eyeball that will do another damage, 1 damage that'll kill us. So we just wait for him to come and see if we get it. Yep, we got it. First try. So we can actually also soft lock where we're about to come right here, but hopefully not. We're gonna go
I think we've got room for another attempt just in case.
We're good. So that transferred all the way us all the way to Ondel, which is the town where you get the Morning Star. But then we also do another death abuse and die while the because we go through the screen transition when the camera is still moving. So it puts us underneath the floor and kills us. So now we are in Glitch World. So kind of where we were the last one, and very similar in terms of what it has and like what you're seeing, but acts totally different than the other one.
So I personally have never actually watched the any percent run, so my Castlevania expertise to provide biting commentary and insightful knowledge is more just like, ooh, pretty speedrun right now.
Well, the good thing is we are going to be in Dracula's mansion right now. So yeah, so we didn't have to get any parts, Dracula's parts or anything like that. We just basically went through Glitch World and
We just left his door unlocked.
yeah. So we're gonna try to set up for the quad drop, 4 frame perfect whips, and we only got 1. We'll go for the backup triple. As you can see, Simon has died multiple times, so his sprite is all kind of screwed up also. We'll do it one more time. Whatever. Fine. Don't do the backup triple.
That's all right. And just like that, we've made it to Dracula.
Yeah, we're right there. We're gonna try to do the holy water glitch. And he's dead.
GG. That was a clean quick kill, and I need to learn that one.
Yeah, so that was Castlevania 2 80%. Sorry that the all mansions percent. That's the very first time, and you know it's funny too, because I always thought Burb and I both thought that one was a little bit safer in terms because it doesn't do save corruption or anything like that, but it didn't actually even save at all.
That's the Simon Belmont.
Yeah, Simon Belmont as well.
Is that different from the US one? I don't remember
Yeah.
such a heinous error.
Yes, they call him Simon in this version.
That is.
And they also give you a day counter, so you actually say toast to your 0 days battle. There. And if we let this play out all the way to the very end, the save files will corrupt. So I'll show that as well. But yeah, as you can see, the credits are much better, I think, in this version than in the US version.
Sensitivity Hatano.
Yeah, Hatano, he worked very hard on that, but ambivalence though. That's the true take on this. But yeah, they didn't want headhunters or people taking their talent, so they used to obscure their credits like that. So because we had that issue, I say let's go ahead and let this save file get corrupted, and I will show you what happens when you let the credits roll out. So if I wouldn't have reset it before Dracula's hand, or if I would have reset it, then this wouldn't happen. So you can play most of the credits, but once it gets to the end where his hand pops out, then that's it. But now everything got all jacked up. So now this would basically make your game unusable. You can't play. You can't.
Oh no!
Yeah. So I try to hit select to pick one of those, and then now it's just black screen with the music. So, but
Castlevania 2, as we all remember it. So sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your outro.
Oh no, but thank everybody for coming. Thank you so much for hitting the incentive to show off any percent. Again, I'm sorry about the main run kind of going out, but yeah, it's that's what happens when you run a non-marathon safe route.
I mean, I was honored to be here. That was such a cool. Despite the run exploding, it went out in quite a glorious blast.
Yes, it definitely did. And thank you so much, Kat, for joining me on comms. Truly love you to death. And I couldn't have had a better co-commentator. So thank you very much. And,
thank you so much, friends. Thank you for having me.
And we're going to kick it off with your run next of Weird Dreams. So please, if you would like to see the Amiga version of this, which I have heard is the fan favorite, then please get your donations in so that way we can go ahead and do that. And let's hit this milestone goal of 8192. So let's keep those donations coming in. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.